everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can make a vector image of this banana image right here. So to do that, it's really easy and we will be using two tools, namely the gradient mesh and the eyedropper tool, right? So it's not at all difficult to do at all, and it will save you a lot of time to make a vector image, right? So you can choose any image as you like, but any image of your choice doesn't necessarily have to be this banana. Okay. So I've also renamed the layer. So if you click on the layer panel over here, you can easily rename this to any name you like. And I will go ahead and lock this layer as well, so that I do not accidentally delete the image or I don't move it in any direction, right? So I'll go ahead and create a new layer. I'll rename this layer again to gradient mesh. Okay. So the first thing I have to do is make an outline of my image, right? So I'll zoom in a little. I do not require any fill, so I just need the outline, right? So I'll go over to my pen tool right here and start making the outline. Doesn't necessarily have to be perfect, but like try and get as close you can get. Right, like that. Make it here. Or like that. It's a very rough outline I have made like that. Now I want the fill to be there, right? So I'll click on my outline, go over to my eyedropper tool and click on this yellow portion of my banana and it automatically gets filled. Right. Okay. So I'll select my image outline again and click on the gradient mesh tool. So the shortcut key for this tool is the letter U. And I'll just start by clicking on the edges like that. Okay. This side as well. And just one more over here, and I think that's about done. Okay, so now you can see after I've made a gradient mesh, you can see all these white dots right here. So these white dots now will help us to add our highlights and shadows. We'll go over to our direct selection tool, and first I'll start by making the highlight over here. Right, you see this highlight over here on this image? I want the same highlight on my outline, the shape I just made. So to do that, I'll click on the Shift button on my keyboard and select the anchor points where I want my highlight to be. So the anchor points that I've chosen, it becomes red. I go back to my eyedropper tool again and just select this white portion. So you can click around and see which shade of white looks better. And yeah, that looks pretty much about it. See? Now you can see this white highlight on this image right here. So I'll come back here again. Okay. And now I want to add the shaded part over here on my, this shaded part here onto my banana over here, right? So I'll go ahead and select the direct selection tool again and click on shift and select my anchor points like that. I think that looks so good. Go to the eyedropper tool and select like that. I need a little bit more darker like that. Cool. Now you can see there's a darker shade and the highlight. And now you can see that the banana started to take some type of transformation now. So you can see we started with a flat yellow color and now with a gradient mesh tool, we can easily add more highlights. Okay. So let's continue doing that. We go back to the direct selection tool and select, go click on shift and select more anchor points like that. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Like I want to select this, these anchor points, zoom out, eyedropper tool and select this greenish portion right here. I'll probably also select these lower anchor points as well, all the way down. And now select like that. No, wait. You can see which one looks better and see, there you go. Now you can see some depth is being added onto a banana, right? So one last highlight I'll add. Go back to the direct selection tool, click on shift and select more anchor points. Like that probably, yep. Eyedropper tool and select this greenish portion. I see another darker shade right here in the middle. So I'll add that as well. And wait. Now you can see the banana starting to take shape. Good. Let's continue doing that. And click on shift and add a little bit more highlight to our banana to make it look a little bit more realistic before we save it. And okay, eyedropper tool, this, I see some, yeah, there you go. Now you can see our banana has now started to look a little bit more realistic. Right. So there you go. This is how you can use the gradient mesh tool and the eyedropper tool to make a vector image. So let's go ahead and also save our document. To do that, we'll go to File, click on Save As, and by default you can see the Save As type comes as Adobe Illustrator file. So this is by default. I highly recommend that we first save our document in this format so that in case if I have to make any changes, I can easily access my original document like that and click on Save. Now, similarly, I can do the same if I want to save my document in an image format. I go to File, Export, and export as. So by default, the save as type becomes JPEG and click on export. So now that we've come to the end of our video, I hope you found this tutorial to be useful, and with a little practice, you will soon become familiar with the gradient mesh tool. Thank you for watching.